And we are live. Welcome for this weekly live stream on the latest and greatest news in Ethereum and DeFi. I'm Julian, your host, and on Lido Blogs, I teach blockchain development. Hi, everybody in the chat. We have Dan, we have Siam Tanda, we have Alexander. Where are the others? Don't be shy, guys. Say hi to me. Show me your love. So, this week, special announcements. Tomorrow, as a reminder, we're going to do a free training on how to find your first blockchain job in 2021. So in 2017, when I didn't have a lot of experience in blockchain, I found my first blockchain job, paid 100K and remote, and I will explain you exactly what I did, exactly the method that I used to. If you are a newbie in the industry and you want to get your first blockchain job, register for this live training. This is free. It's going to save you a lot of trouble. If you're trying to figure out everything by yourself, you're going to waste a lot of time. So come attend this training. Is completely free. It's tomorrow, so August 3rd, 11 p.m. UTC +8. So I put the link just above. Let me put it once again. And by the way, we are almost completely booked with this training. I think we have something like almost 500 people, and that's really the limit. Like my Zoom plan, that's the limit. I cannot go any higher, guys. So register quickly. And actually I very rarely do that kind of training, so I really don't know when the next one is gonna take place. So yeah, make sure to register. Okay, so next we are going to continue with the price of Ether. So the good news continue. We keep going up. So hopefully the bear market is behind us, and now we are even start to see the $3,000 inside. It is pretty insane. Everybody was afraid that we'll be stuck at 2,000 or even lower for a while, but no, we are going back up again. So this is amazing. And you can also see this in the transaction fees. So transaction fees start to go up again, even though compared to before, this is still very reasonable. And that's of course because of the upcoming EIP 1559. So talking about this, so Ethereum updates. So the upgrade, so the London hard fork should take place between August 3rd to August 5th. So it's going to be really in the next few days, and that's when we're going to have the update with the EIP 1559, which is supposed to be bullish for Ethereum because it will likely make the currency Ethereum become a deflationary, which means some of the fee are going to be burned for each transaction. So that of course that's a big reason behind the increase in Ether. We also have another update, a little bit more not as important, but still about Ethereum 2.0 on the Beacon chain. So they're gonna be the first update of the Beacon chain, which is called Altair, and so that's gonna be done first on a testnet and then on the Beacon chain. So you have a lot of people who ask, okay, what's happening on ETH2? Is it dead? No, we still have a lot of work. It's just that it's a lot of work behind the hood. We don't necessarily see it unless we're really a core developer. Then the other big news this week was that it was the birthday of Ethereum. So Ethereum was launched on July 30th, 2015, and here you can see on the Etherscan block 0. It's the first time the Ethereum started. And at that time, Ethereum was much smaller. It was just a bunch of developer in an office in Berlin. And fast forward 6 years, and you see what Ethereum has become. So it's pretty amazing. Then, so there is this research from the Block Crypto that showed that the hash rate for Ethereum have recovered. So here, you can see there was this big decline when China started to crack down on miners, and now it started to go up again. And that's because a lot of the Chinese miners, now they have moved their mining operations overseas. So, don't freak out when you see like so that the government, some authorities start to crack down on crypto, because this is just temporary. After you have the reaction of the crypto people, and crypto people are very resourceful. Like, you don't want me here? Okay, cool. I'll go to another country, no problem. And that's really the beauty of crypto. It's very hard to destroy crypto. Like, you can hurt crypto for a while, but it always come back up. Always. Then so there was this nice graph that I found. So that's a graph that show the different the staking services for Ethereum 2.0. So what we can learn from this is that exchanges really are the biggest provider of staking services, but you also have some other that are not exchanges, like stake.us, Stakefish, etc. There is also a large part that we don't know. And so this article, this research has been produced by Lido.fi, which is a project that is working on a decentralized staking service, because the problem of most staking services right now is that they are centralized. Then we're gonna move on with the market cap of DeFi. So we are up this week, of course. That's in big part because thanks to the increase of Ether in terms of the number of ETH locked. So here we're not going up here, like we locked at around 975. But still, it's nice to see this market cap going up. Hopefully we'll get above 100 billion very soon. In terms of the ranking, so this still Aave number one, Instadap, Compound Uniswap still hasn't recovered, still far after Aave. Before it used to be at the number one place for a long time. SushiSwap, half of Uniswap. Then, so let's check out the crypto fees. So this is a website that gives you the transaction fees, the ranking of transaction fee per where for blockchain and for DeFi project. So here Ethereum is number one, Binance Smart Chain. So you can see Binance Smart Chain only 1/3 of Ethereum in terms of transaction fee. Uniswap almost as much as Binance Smart Chain. There are even some time where Uniswap is above Binance Smart Chain. SushiSwap, which is really 1/3 of Uniswap. And you see, like, even though Uniswap is way below Aave in terms of total value locked, actually in terms of crypto fees, this is above. So it's interesting to see, and also interesting to see how Bitcoin is so much below, even below some DeFi project. And here you can see QuickSwap, which is the number one DEX on Polygon, which almost caught up with Bitcoin. This is really amazing. I mean, Bitcoin, like all the mainstream media keep talking about it. They never talk of Ethereum. And yet we see this like really secondary project, QuickSwap on Polygon. That's really not the main project of Ethereum. And even this very secondary project, it's almost above Bitcoin. This is really, really insane. Okay, so next we're gonna see the dashboard for the DEX activity. So let's see the chain. Let's see the market share here. So Uniswap is really the biggest DEX. SushiSwap number two, Curve. Then here you can see the share of DEX volume versus aggregator, and so that's weird because I would have thought that at this time aggregator would be stronger, but you can see that the direct DEX volume is still way bigger, and so that tells you that there aren't enough whales, because the whales are the biggest user of aggregator, because with aggregator for basically low, you don't always win with aggregator. If you trade a small amount, it's not really worth it, so it's really only worth it to whales. So in terms of the aggregator, so the biggest one is 1 inch. Then daily DEX volume. So there was a peak recently, so still very healthy volume. Weekly DEX volume, very, very healthy as well. Here you can see like the market share of the different DEX with moving according to time. So you can see Uniswap that is gaining market share over the other. yeah, and here, okay, very interesting. You can see the monthly DEX volume group by year, and so you can see how 2021 is way above 2020, 2019, and 2021. Actually, 2019 we don't even see it on the chart. 2020 a little bit, but you can see like 2021 we are way above. Okay, so there is this other chart which is interesting. This is for lending. So you can see the trend on different projects. So here you can see we have more and more lending. So we had this huge peak, mid-May, when Elon Musk on the May 13 releases his terrible tweet, and after the market crashed. But actually we are almost 100% recover with Aave, Compound, and MakerDAO, each of them doing really well. And actually, in terms of outstanding loans per project, we're even above the market peak of May. So it's interesting, to have a better fine-grained understanding of what the market is doing, because if you just check the prices, sometimes it can be very misleading. You don't really understand what's going on behind the hood. Okay, so next we're gonna do the top and worst DeFi token of the week. So this week the big winner is NFTX. So NFTX, this is a project that does a fractionalized NFT. This allows you to own a fraction of an expensive NFT, so you don't have to break the bank to buy an NFT. And so this week, so why it went up so much? Because there was a new farm that was announced on Harvest Finance with NFTX, and also there was the Coinbase listing. So like every time there is a Coinbase listing, boom, it's like an instant boost for the coin. So the coin of Harvest Finance also went up. That was thanks to NFTX. What else do we have? So the coin of Lido, Lido DAO. So yeah, I mean that's the project I showed you before that is working on a decentralized service for staking. So I think their article was the major reason for the boost in the token price. Then we have Federal Reserve. So there was an announcement that Coinbase was working as their advisor, and then we have Thor. What else do we have? And that's pretty much it for the top coins. And for the big losers, so yeah, Ample Force. Ample Force is really struggling, so they want to do basically a decentralized an algorithmic stable coin, but so far it's not stable enough, so it's still extremely volatile. You see like minus 50% for a stable coin. I mean, that's really not ideal, but overall not too many losers this week. We had mostly winner. Okay, so next we are going to continue with news for DeFi project, and we have some news from Synthetics, which is one of the darling of DeFi. So they do option. They do basically a derivative financial product, but built on the blockchain. And so now Synthetics is now live on Optimistic L2. And so, but this is still an initial testing phase, so you don't have all the assets. And so after an initial period of observation, they're going to release more assets. So we start to see more and more DeFi project now coming onto L2. Then we have some news from Starkware and Sorare. So Sorare, which is one of the biggest NFT marketplace, and they announced that they are moving to Starkware. So not just a deployment, but actually moving. And so with this, they will make their trade happen in a matter of seconds. A lot of things will be much faster and also much cheaper. So I've announced this. It's gonna be awesome for the L2 of Ethereum to capture all of this NFT project. That's gonna give a huge boost. Then we have some news about funding. A lot of funding this week. So a trading and lending platform called Vault. I didn't know about that one. Raised $25 million, and that's led by Peter Thiel, who is one of I think the co-founder of PayPal. And so 25 million raised for these guys. Then LivePeer, which is basically a sort of a decentralized YouTube built on Ethereum. LivePeer raised $20 million. So actually that's interesting, because I think that's something we don't have right now. In terms of social network on the blockchain, I mean, there was Steemit, but after Steemit, we didn't have much traction for other stuff. And when we see all the problem with censorship at the moment, I think I'm really frustrated that we don't have anything really with a lot of traction right now. So yeah, let's see what we can do with a LivePeer. Then some news from Biconomy. So Biconomy is an API for blockchain developer, and so they raised $9 million. So recently we had a lot of similar projects that raised money. A lot of them raising 10 million, which means they are already at quite a mature phase for the development. Then we have another money raise, so 10 million from Loli. So that's a company that offers some Bitcoin reward for your purchase. Then another money raise from Valora. So this is a wallet built on the Celo network. And so they receive a 20 million for their funding round, and they are backed by A16Z. Then some news from the Solana blockchain. And so they have a stablecoin exchange called Saber, and it raised a $7.7 million in seed funding. So in seed funding is really huge. In seed funding, usually you don't get that much. So currently they are 3, and so they are going to hire a new developer. Then we have some news for an option protocol that is built on optimism and synthetics. So that is called Lyra, and so they raised $3.3 million. And so what's interesting with them is that they didn't launch on Ethereum L1, but they launched directly on Ethereum L2. And so that's a trend that we're going to see more and more projects directly launching on L2, totally skipping L1. Then another money raised from Fireblocks. So they provide custody for digital assets for the institutional crowd. So it's basically when you're a big company, you don't want to have the responsibility to keep your private key yourself. So you use some digital bank like Fireblocks. So this company raised $310 million. So it's quite big. The past few weeks, almost every week, we've seen a big money raise in crypto with hundreds of millions of dollars. I think the record so far was it Circle? I think Circle was something like 300 million, but I think it was 600 billion, but I don't remember. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, but I mean, we are beating new record every week. Then another money raised from Horizon Blockchain. So this is a project that built blockchain games. They raised $4.5 million, and so originally they were from an incubator. The incubator of Ubisoft. So if you never heard of Ubisoft, this is a French company, one of the leader in game. So that's possibly a very good project. Then another money raised for Alchemy NFT. So they raised 6 million, including, and they raised money including from Mark Cuban. And so one of the projects they built was a project on for NFT autograph. And Mark Cuban, he's been really big in crypto for the at least 1 year, since 1 year. Then we have another money raised from a NFT game called Splinterlands, $3.6 million. So this is a game where you can trade a digital card, and apparently right now the number of users is really exploding. Next, another money raise, and I think that's the last one. So this is another game, Yield Guild game. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yield Guild Games. They raised $12.5 million in 31 seconds. So this time it was not with a VC, but that was with a token sale. So that was an investment DAO. So that's why they can do token sale, because I don't know of any company right now that does token sale. You know what? With the regulation, is almost impossible. But interestingly, a DAO, a decentralized entity, as a DAO, it's still fine to do a token sale. So yeah, I mean, this reminds me of the crazy money raised in 2017. You know, we used to have these things like every week. I remember which project raised. There was this project that raised 32 million in 30 seconds. I think that was Brave Browser. Yeah. Then some news from Matrix Sports. So this is a startup from a Bitmain founder, and so they raised over $100 million. So now they become a unicorn. Then we are going to continue with the hack of the week. So fortunately, only one hack this week. So the hack was coming from the Velo token. So basically, there was a false airdrop of 150,000 Velo token, and so this attracted the attention of a lot of people. And so the way it worked is that they route you to a fake website, a fake airdrop claim, and so they make you sign a transaction with MetaMask, which doesn't do what it claimed to do. So they say, okay, well, this transaction is, you're going to claim your airdrop, but actually you're going to just allow them to approve them to spend your token, and from there they steal your token. So terrible. Yeah, that's why you always have to check carefully what is the transaction you're signing on your ledger, on your hardware wallet. Like, don't trust what MetaMask is showing you. So next we are going to talk of NFT. So NFT currently is going through another boom. Secondary prices are going to the moon. And we have a couple of news. So first from Coca-Cola, which is going to release their collection of NFT. And so they're going to do an auction on OpenSea. Then one of the biggest luxury brands, so I think they're talking of LVMH. They're going to launch a video game with NFT. Louis Vuitton. Yeah, this is LVMH. Actually, you know, I'm not so excited when I see big brand launching some NFT. I mean, this is good for the awareness, like the mainstream awareness of NFT. But personally, I prefer to give money to artists. You know, like, I mean, these big companies, they already have enough money. Like, I don't see the point of buying the NFT. Then we have some news from Shopify. So the e-commerce platform is going to allow its customer to sell NFT directly. So with Shopify, you can create basically your e-commerce website very easily. And so in the future, a merchant will be able to sell NFT. So that's huge, because Shopify is really used by a lot of merchants, and there is a huge crowd online of entrepreneurs who try to make money with e-commerce, and they're always on the lookout for new cool product. And so that maybe that now we have NFT enabled on this platform, is going to create a huge demand for NFT. But yeah, one last thing. Because they really care about user experience, I don't think they're going to interact with MetaMask. So probably it's going to be a hosted wallet where when you buy NFT, they actually control the private key, and maybe that as a customer you can transfer this NFT to your own wallet. But yeah, I think they're going to make it easy in terms of UX, and so it's not going to be decentralized. Then a big sale of NFT this week, 20 million. Damien Hirst, so 6 times oversubscribed. So yeah, it really feels like they're gonna be another big wave of NFTs coming. Then we are going to talk of enterprise blockchain and regulation. And so first, PayPal. So the CEO of PayPal has made an announcement where he said basically he was really bullish on crypto. He said, we continue to be really pleased with the momentum we're seeing on crypto. PayPal crypto ambition aren't limited to above, according to Schulman. We are clearly thinking about what the next generation of the financial system looks like, how we can help with that. So that's basically a big hint that PayPal might be interested in DeFi and smart contract. Then we have some news from Goldman Sachs, which files an application to the NFT with the SEC to create a DeFi and blockchain equity ETF. So basically that will allow the mainstream investors to invest very easily in DeFi and in blockchain project. Then some news from Binance. So Binance just completed its integration with Polygon. So now you can send from Polygon to Binance and from Binance to Polygon. So that's very bullish for the token of Polygon. Next, some other news from Binance, negative this time. So they are stopping all their derivatives offering in 3 European countries. So first, because there was a lot of backlash coming from the regulators, so in the UK, and in general, like Binance, the past few months, it's been terrible for them because there were all these regulators around the world that started to go after them. So now Binance is start to be way more careful. Still Binance very much under pressure from a regulator. So they are going to basically reduce your ability to withdraw your crypto if you are not fully KYC. So they have like different tiered. The basic verification and then the verification above, and so depending on how much paperwork you fill with them, you'll be able to deposit more or less crypto. But be careful with this because basically if you have a lot of crypto on Binance and suddenly you cannot withdraw it, so you try to upgrade your verification tier, but sometimes it can take months before you get verified. So yeah, be careful with this if you need to withdraw some crypto. Then we have some news from Visa that say that the crypto purchases during the spring break has boosted its volume. Because a lot of people, the way they buy crypto, so they don't send money with a wire to an exchange, but instead they use their credit card because it's easier. And so, yeah, Visa said that crypto purchases was really a big boost for their trading volume. And then we have some news from. Sorry guys, wrong. Let me see. Wrong. I click on something wrong. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, that's the correct URL. Some news from Facebook that is thinking of basically transforming Facebook into a metaverse company. So basically, it's not clear exactly what they want to do, but probably it means that they want to introduce some VR into Facebook and possibly also some NFT. So this is not the first time that they try to do this. They already tried to do it twice in the past, and it failed every time. They've been working on their own blockchain called Libra. I think they announced this in 2018. And at the beginning, there were a lot of partners, Visa, etc. And very quickly, the project just was attacked from every side, like from regulators, a lot of partners that left. So yeah, I'm not too very confident in the ability of Facebook to do anything good in crypto, basically. And then we have some news from the Central Bank of China that said that they will keep a very high pressure on crypto trading. So if you follow crypto, you know that recently China has been super negative about crypto. So a lot of miners are leaving China right now, and because at the same time they are working on their central bank digital currency, the digital yuan, so they don't want any competition from crypto. Then some news from a stat from Bitcoin. So Bitcoin miners earn about $1 billion in July. So that's 10% more compared to the months before. But that's only 1/3 of the mining revenue for Ethereum. Then some news for developers. So this is a playground for the Ethers library. So Ethers library, this is an alternative to Web3. So with this playground, it allows you to easily try out Ethers in an easy to use tool. Next, another tool that is called Ease Transaction Decoder. So basically, you put your transaction hash and it is going to decode the transaction. So it's going to tell you, okay, this transaction is going to call this function with this argument, etc. Then another tool, smart contract inspector. So basically you put the address of a smart contract and it's going to give you the code of the contract. So it's similar to what we have on Etherscan, but on Etherscan you need the smart contract to be verified, but with this tool, I'm not sure if you need the code to be verified. This is probably not the case. So even if it's not verified, I think it still works. So probably a more versatile tool compared to Uniswap. Then an update from Etherscan. So they've introduced a new feature where when you check an address on Etherscan, he will tell you if this address is also used on other blockchains, so Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, etc. So that's very convenient for people like me that manage the same address on different blockchain. Okay, so that's it for the main part. So now we're gonna do the Q&A, but very briefly, let me give you a reminder that tomorrow, so August 3rd at 11 p.m. UTC plus 8, we are going to do a free live training on how to find your first blockchain job in 2021. So I will explain you exactly what I did in 2017 when I find my first blockchain job, even though I had almost no experience. So if you are new in the blockchain industry and you want to find your first blockchain job, you must attend this training. It's going to save you a lot of times. Tomorrow, August 3rd at 11 p.m. UTC plus 8. So I put the link in the chat. Okay, guys, so let me scroll up and see who we have here. Okay, so we have Joe Biden, we have Anderson Lima, Tom Selga, THX, Green Star, Constantin, Vasha, George Kenichi, THX, Batman. So George Kenichi, have you heard that TechLead token was hacked? Really? Okay, no, I didn't know. Okay, well, I should have covered this actually. Okay, well, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I hope people didn't lose too much money. Constantin, is it possible to build an embedded MetaMask like in our DEX project to avoid using an external plugin? Thanks and keep going with your amazing content. No, it's not possible because in your DEX project, basically, if you build your MetaMask, that means you need to store the private key of your user, and it really goes against the basic idea of dApps. You know, I mean, the private key needs to be kept in a decentralized way by users. So by definition, your dApp cannot handle this part. Unity official channel. Axie made 160 million in revenue in July. Okay, wow, that's it's gotta be the game that made the most money, I guess. Jose Ramirez, hi. Felipe Zapata, hola, buenos dias. Saludos desde Chile. You know, I used to study Spanish until I was 18, so I kind of sort of understand. Siam Tamda, hey Julian, I saw the course on Flash on arbitrage is being updated. You are the man of your word. Yeah, no, I'm very sorry. It took so much time, but yeah, so Batman is working on that, and then when the material is ready, then I will record the video. Yeah, sorry about the delay, but we are doing this. Will metaverse be the focus of future development? I mean, you're talking of the metaverse of Facebook? No, it's way too soon to say. And in general, so far I don't really trust Facebook to do anything significant in blockchain. Everything they've done, nothing worked at the moment. So maybe metaverse, maybe another. Maybe some blockchain game will build a metaverse, but not Facebook. Scalar, if you follow Theta, T-Drop News is cool. Okay, I didn't follow too much Theta. Scalar, a metaverse feels like the future in very tiny opinion. Yeah. Felipe Zapata. Hola, saludos desde. Yeah. Thanks, Felipe. Mega Montana. Hello, Julian. Will you also show us how to do a portfolio? So, how to do a portfolio? This is in one of my courses. So, I'm guessing you're talking of the free training tomorrow. So, this is going to be a training of about 1 hour. So, we're going to focus on career advice. This is not going to be technical stuff. It's more like high-level stuff, like how you can how you can enter the blockchain industry and be the most efficient possible. Okay, guys, so we are reaching the end of the chat. So I guess we're going to wrap up here. So thanks for coming today, and don't forget to register for the free live training tomorrow on how to find your first blockchain job in 2021. Thanks everybody, and I will see you later this week. Have a great week. Bye bye.